Welcome to another episode of Underwriting Your Property Deal. Always have your lucky Ben Mallah Life for Sale pen made in China. Always works. You want to see the numbers? I'll show you the numbers. This building here has 136 units. They're asking $6.5 million. That comes out to $47.8 a door. That's $51 a square foot. Sounds cheap, $51 a square foot. But anytime something appears to be cheap, there's a reason why, baby. You gotta figure it out. You can't buy the land and build a brand new building for $51 a square foot. It's gonna be at least $150 a square foot. But let's do the numbers, because real estate is always based on the numbers. What's my return on my investment? They claim the rental income is gonna be $1,231,000 a year, but you have to allow for vacancy, loss to lease, and there's some other income they may have and concessions and blah, 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 blah. You should be putting away $1.2 million a year in rents collected. That's your total amount of money you should be collecting a year. Now let's see how far that money's gonna go. You take the $1.2 million in rent, half is going to run the place. Half of $1.2 million, $600,000. Expenses, what does that mean? You're left with $600,000 NOI. Now you gotta figure out, what do you gotta pay the bank? Mr. Banker wants his money. You're gonna go to the bank, you're gonna say, hey, Mr. Banker, I wanna buy this building for $6.5 million, big ones. He'll say, fine, put down 25%, we'll put down and give you a 75%. They're gonna give you a 75%, $4,875,000 on a loan. That's gonna give you a down payment of $1,625,000. Now, this is a big deal because we do big deals, but this type of accounting and underwriting works for any property. Just change the numbers. But smaller properties don't cost 50% to run like big properties do. After you pay all your bills and expenses, you're left with $600,000 to work with. All right, well, you borrowed this money from the bank, $4,875,000 times. Honestly, in this market, if you fix your rate, you can probably get it for 6.5%. Okay, that's just the interest, not counting principal pay down. You might get interest only for the first couple of years. That means you got to pay the bank $316,875. All right, so you take your $600,000 you got left, you deduct the interest you got to pay the bank, you got the $600,000 from the income of the building after you pay your bills, minus the interest you got to pay the bank at $316,875 equals, you got an NOI of $283,125 a year, money in your pocket, baby, after you paid everybody off. But you invested $1,625,000. This is how you calculate your cash on cash return. You're gonna get $283,125. You're gonna divide that by the $1,625,000 that you invested. That gives you a 17.42 return on your money, baby, which is pretty damn good. That's why Vincent dragged us to Pascagoula, Mississippi, because you can make some money because you're gonna buy it cheap. The price per unit determines how much profit you can make. Listen, anything over 10% is a good day in real estate. You buy this place, you're gonna get almost 17.5. Does the place need any capital improvements? I don't know, we have to look at that. Maybe we gotta go in and spend a few $100,000. So that's gonna increase our money down, and that's gonna lower that 17%. You gotta figure it out. It's a good deal, it makes sense, but you gotta be there. And I didn't feel good about buying a project like this and being over 500 miles away. Go to benmallah.com/shop. Let's do a consult with Ben and talk about your next deal. I have over 30 years experience and have bought and sold over $1 billion worth of real estate. You can get me on the phone, you can have a private meeting, and we can even do lunch, baby. Go to benmallah.com/shop and book a consult today.